bit of Poland girls soccer. Then we'll get back to East volleyball and our Steel Valley Storm kind of preview. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Coach, I mean, what we've been liking to do with all these fall sports previews, we always like to start off with a sort of meet the team segment. I know teams are always changing, evolving. You lose some with seniors, you gain some as well. So what's this 2022 edition of the Poland girls soccer team going to look like?
Yeah, we got four seniors that all played last year. Got I believe 4 juniors that all played last year, and I got 5 sophomores, and I got, I believe, 13 freshmen. So I got a lot of freshmen in my in the classes coming up. So I think we should be good. We're missing our top 3 scorers from last year. If my younger girls could step up and by the end of the season, and we can make a playoff run, I think. If they don't step up, we'll be in trouble. So it would depend on the younger athletes to step up this year.
I think this is a team that, you look at it, they have a lot of faces that returned from last year, like you said, that are going in from, an underclassmen role to now where they'll have to be a leader on this team. They'll have to be more of an upperclassman role. How have you already seen kind of leadership qualities kind of ooze out of these new upperclassmen that are trying to keep this program, as successful as it's been in the past?
Yeah, they're dedicated to what we're trying to teach them. They're trying to help the younger girls as much as they can to learn the systems and to learn the style of play that we play. And right now it's coming along good. I hope by the end of the year it comes along great. But as of right now, they're doing a great job.
Is there, or how do you walk the fine line, I guess, is the better question, when going into a season, coming off of a win in the NE8 conference again, too, coming in first yet again? How do you walk that fine line of wanting to continue that tradition, continue the winning ways, try to compete for the conference again, but also make sure that those girls realize they don't have to be last year's team and they have to be their own team in their own right?
Yeah. So, yeah, we've kind of, as coaches and or as a staff, been over that with the girls, that every year you lose key players or you lose players that contribute, and that this team's a different team and it's going to be ran by the seniors and juniors, and that they have to understand that things change, and they have to go with what we have.
One of the players that is probably going to get a lot of attention this year is Ariana Daniels. I know she's returning for now being an upperclassman. One of those players that we're going to talk about probably needs to be a little bit more of a leader of this team this year. What have you seen from her? What makes her so special, and how important is she going to be to this team?
Oh, yeah, she's a special player. She's a heck of an athlete. She's demands, I want to say demands respect from her teammates, but they also give it because she earns it from them. Yeah, I'm excited. I was excited to see her in the Boardman scrimmage. We'll see her today. We scrimmage Salem today at 5 o'clock, so I'll get to see her a little bit more. If we could stay healthy, and she could stay healthy, she should be one of the top players in the area.
Who are some other names that you think are going to pop up as players that you're going to lean on to be leaders of this team?
In my junior class, probably Mary Brandt and Leanne Williams would probably be the 2, and then I got 2 really solid sophomores, and Sophia Generalovic and Ava Blinsky.
The last time Poland had a season under 500 was the 2015 year, and having that many years consecutive of just winning seasons, I gotta figure it takes something in those youth levels and just getting those kids to constantly feed in. How important are those youth levels, and what is Poland doing as a school, as a community, to get kids invested in the sport early on?
Yeah, our youth program does a great job, and I thank them more than they know. But yeah, they tried their hardest to get as many young kids into the program as possible, and us as coaches, we try to go down when we can to watch, to see what's going on with the younger youth. And I believe one of my coaches runs a coaching clinic, and I hope that helps out. But yeah, the young kids are the future of our program, and got to just try to go down and help if we can. I know it's hard for us as coaches sometimes to get down there, but we try. We try, but they do a great job down there.
What does your soccer journey look like? How did you get interested in this sport, and what kind of things kind of let you fall in love with the sport of soccer?
Well, when my daughter was younger, my son, he still plays, but when they were younger, like it was watching them play, and then some of the coaches didn't have the understanding. So then I started learning, and then I started getting my license, and then I really started getting involved in it and really liking it. Once I started learning the game, I love it.
What's one of the biggest things you've learned about yourself as a coach from the time you started to now?
The biggest thing is I guess I try to relax more. I'm like always in not a panic, but like when we go down, or I want to hurry up things. And I think it's better just to relax and let things work themselves out.
You brought it up. Noah is still playing on the boys team. He's a very successful player for that Poland boys team. What's it like coaching the girls team while also trying to give all the support you can to your son on the boys team? I'm sure there's a lot of nights where things conflict and you maybe can't be at the game that you'd want to be at.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's hard. He realizes, that I have the girls to coach, and he backs me up, and I try to be there for him. And my wife will tape the games for me to watch if I can't make it to see him. But yeah, it's hard sometimes, and like we pass by every once in a while, each other at dinner and talk and keep in touch that way through soccer. So yeah, it's sometimes hard.
What's some of the best advice you've gotten as a coach that you've taken in your life and in your coaching style?
Some of the best advice is be humble. Be humble, and coach the way that you would want to be coached if you were playing. I think that's one of the big things.
When you look at these Poland girls and you have a lot of multiple sport athletes on your team, they have come accustomed to success, no matter what sport they're playing on. How much do you feel the successful culture and successful personalities on your team just kind of seep through that help you succeed?
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. Because I think, and I tell them, like, winning's a culture. Like sometimes, like before, like there's teams that play and you're down 1-0 and they don't think they can win because they just never done it. But if you're down 1-0 and you're a constant winning program, you believe until the last second runs off the clock that you can win. And I think that's a huge part of winning programs and winning success of athletes. They believe they could do it.
I think what Anthony and I were talking about too was how sports and high school sports is constantly evolving. And we actually had a conversation with the volleyball coach prior to, but this is the same goes for soccer too. In what ways have you seen the sport evolve in your short time being with it from then to now?
Yeah, it's changed, and a lot of like I would say like injury. How do you take care of injuries? The machines out now that you could help relieve muscles faster. The game itself, the speed of it, the strength, the strength and conditioning of athletes, they have to be constant. It's changed a lot because before I feel that athletes weren't so involved in lifting and conditioning that they are now.
I want to talk about your schedule too before we get you out of here. You look at this conference, it's tough enough. You shared the championship with South Range last year. You got them twice. With this conference as big as you are, you don't get a lot of time to do out of conference games, but you do have West Branch on this schedule and Howland, some non-conference teams in there too. How much do you think this conference really prepares you for the soccer tournament that you play in?
Yeah, there's some teams that will prepare us, and I think some teams that we could get by, just by like with athleticism. But it prepares us pretty good. The out of conference schedule I think helps, but yeah, the Northeast State prepares us pretty good.
Let's look at too your coaching staff for this year, because I know like most coaches, you can't do it on your own. So what is this coaching staff going to look like this year? And just shout out other big names in that Poland soccer program.
Yeah, I got Greg Maurer and Ron Evans are my main coaches. That will be there like from now on. I have my daughter, who's a goalie up at Hiram. She comes out and helps my keeper coaches during the summer. And Becca is from Heidelberg. She comes down in the summer and also works with my wings. So it's a great help in addition, and I appreciate them. And I have John Violi, but he's been kind of sick. He's been battling cancer for a couple years, so I'm hoping he gets better and will eventually be able to join us here by the end of the year or next year. So, but the coaching staff is a good group of guys, and the girls that help, and I appreciate them all.
All right, Coach, before we let you go, give this Poland community a call to action to come to your first game. I know you opened the season on Monday, and the battle at 224 against Canfield doesn't get any better.
No, it should be a great game, hopefully, and hopefully the community will back the Poland girls soccer. And I appreciate the community and the school and administration, and I hope everybody comes out and we can put on a good game.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, giving us a solid preview of Poland girls soccer. We are so excited to cover you all season, and we hope to have you on again throughout the year to talk about your team's success.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.